All right, if you had an orange pipe cleaner, you should have been able to make a triangle in less than 3 seconds. Do you agree y'all were able to? Right? Super, super easy. Let's talk to my people with the pink triangles. How did you feel as you were doing this? Not possible? Were you a little bit annoyed? What if I had said that y'all got a 0 if you didn't make a triangle? You'd be very annoyed. You'd cut the pipe cleaner. All right, we couldn't bend the pipe cleaner. We couldn't do anything. Why is it impossible? Why could we not make a triangle with this? Yeah, I heard some people say that long side is too long because it'll never close. Do you agree? No matter what I do, this will never close. All right. And I had some people do this, and smart thinking, but that still leaves that out. So Megan is right. The 2 shorter sides have to be longer than the longest side. And if you look at our orange triangle, if I take my longest side and I put my 2 shorter sides together, do you agree they are longer? That's why it worked. All right. So if you can please get the half sheet of notes out, we are going to fill out the top. And the top says, in a triangle, the blank of 2 blank sides must be blank than the blank side. What do you think I can or should fill out? In a triangle, the sum. What does sum mean? We're adding. If you add the 2, say it again, shorter sides, they must be greater, larger, bigger, whichever word you want to use. I'm going to use greater, but you can use any of those words. They must be greater than the longest, biggest side. So let me say that again. The sum of the 2 shorter sides must be greater than the longest side. So how might that look on your test? Example 1 is a perfect example. Is this a triangle, yes or no? Why?
Because 8 and 7, if you add them together, they make
8 is my biggest side. Everybody circle 8. On your test, on your homework, you're going to be required to justify. Here is how you would justify. 3 plus 7 is what? 10. Is 10 greater than 8? Yes. So you would write, don't write thy. They make a triangle. They make a triangle. What about letter B? No, why not? Okay, I have you circle the largest side because I'm not always going to give it to you last. I don't want you to get used to, hey, that's the largest one, the third one. All right, so I'm going to add 3 plus 6. What is 3 plus 6? 9. Is 9 greater than 10? No, it's less than 10. So you would just write not a triangle. And that is how we are going to answer these questions. You're done? Yeah, you can just turn it in. You're good to go. What questions do I have? All right. What if, this is just hypothetical, you can write it down, but what if I gave you the sides 9, 3, and 6? Does that make a triangle? Yes or no? Just turn it in. Thank you. Have a good day. Well, what's the biggest side? 9. What's 3 plus 6? Is 9 greater than 9? No. This is not a triangle because 9 is not greater than 9. So it's not a triangle. Does that make sense? Okay, so it has to be greater than, they cannot be the same. Because if they're the same, then they would end up making a flat line. You couldn't tip it up for an angle. Okay? Example 2. A triangle has a side length of 8 and 10. Describe the possible lengths for the third side. Well, if I have a side length of 8 and 10, what could I do to figure out the other side?
You could subtract.
Do y'all agree, if I'm looking for the smallest side, x plus 8 has to be greater than 10? The two smaller sides, if 10 is the biggest, that side plus 8 has to be bigger than 10. How do you get x by itself? So x has to be greater than 2. I heard somebody say, oh, it has to be 3. You're right, kind of. Could it be 2.1? Yes. So that's why we're not writing x is greater than or equal to 3, because it could be 2.1, 2.5. You can have a decimal side length. All right, is that the only thing? X has to be, everything greater than 2 will work out? No, why not?
Like if you put x is longest line, so it has to be like smaller than 18.
Exactly. What if this missing side is the largest side? What if these are my two smaller sides? 8 plus 10 has to be bigger than my x. Do y'all agree with that? Because it can't be. So what's 8 plus 10? 18 has to be bigger than x. Or I can rewrite this. X has to be less than 18. Do y'all agree with that? Which means whatever value you choose has to be bigger than 2 but less than 18. The way that we write that is like this. 2 is less than x is less than 18. And you read it from the center out. Look up real quick. X is less than 18, but x is, read it backwards, greater than 2. That means it's in between 2 and 18. What questions do I have about this? I told you I was going to give you homework time, so I'm going to give you one song right now to do numbers 1 through 9 on your homework. That's about 3 minutes to do 1 through 9 on your homework. Would you like me to do any of them with you? Anybody want me to try to do like another example too, or y'all good? Y'all are okay? All right. One song, go. You're doing 1 through 9. From 1 through 6, you need to justify or you will not get full credit. You cannot just write yes or no. You need to tell me why. That's exactly what I want. Jade, if you want to go back to your seat, you can, but if you're good there, you're good. Yes, that's exactly what I want. You're doing 1 through 9. 1 through 9. Okay, I'm going to give you about another minute. If you don't finish, it's okay. There's going to be plenty of time later for you to finish these. Is anybody absent? Just Javier? All right. If you can all pause what you're doing, I know some of you are done. I know some of you are not. Again, you will have time in a little bit to finish these. So can everybody please look up? The next section that we are going to be doing is ordering angles and sides. And what I need you to know about that, everybody look up, pause what you're doing. Put your pencils down. Pencils down. You'll have time, I promise. All right, look up. If you did not yet, put a little squiggly line. We're going to a next section. Ordering angles and sides. If two angles of a triangle are not congruent, then the longest side is going to be congruent, or opposite the largest angle. Everybody please write largest. And the converse of that is also true. The largest angle is going to be opposite the longest side. So, this is one of those things that seems super, super easy, and it is for the most part, but it's also very easy to mess up. So, here's one way you can get points off. Look up. What am I asking you to list? Angles. So, I need an angle symbol for every angle you're listing. You will get a point off if you do not do that. How am I asking you to list these angles? From greatest to least. Y'all like to just do whatever you want. Don't do that. We are going to go from big to small. So, please look up. What is the biggest side here? 38. I'm going to write big right next to it to note that's the biggest side. What angle is that side across from? Look up. 38, I'm going to go across. It is angle C. 38 is the biggest side. Across from that is the biggest angle C. What's the next biggest side? 35. What is across from 35? Angle A. And what is my smallest side? 20. What's across from the smallest side? B. So angle C, A, B. Why would people get this wrong? They don't read. They would do the opposite. They would also get points off for not writing the angles. Also, If you write lowercase letters, I'm counting off. Why can we not write lowercase letters? Because those are points, and those points need to be capital letters. Okay? All right. The same thing applies, or the converse applies as well. Look down. What if I ask you to list these sides? Everybody underline the word sides. When I'm asking you to list sides, I need a line above them, because the sides are segments. And how am I asking you to list them this time? Again, greatest to least to big to small. Am I always going to ask greatest to least? No, you need to pay attention to the words. Okay. Y'all look up, please. This is, for the other one, y'all do really good on this one. This is where you get tripped up. Do I have all my angles? Can I find them? Yeah, how? 68 plus 52 is what? What is it? 120. Subtract that from 180, and what do I get? 60 degrees. Can everybody put that down in your triangle? Okay. I want the biggest. What is the biggest angle we have here? 68. I'm going to write big just to note it. What is across from 68? Everybody look up. It's this side right here. This whole side is connecting what? X to Z. Could you write ZX? Sure. Hey, do y'all see how my biggest angle is Y? Then Y should not be the letters you choose. Does that make sense? Okay. What's the next biggest angle? 60. What's across from 60? YZ or ZY, doesn't matter. And then last but not least, the smallest is 52. Across from 52 is XY or YZ, or YX, sorry, YX. XY or YX. What questions can I answer? All right. If you can please go to your notes. I'm going to do 2 with you real quick. Can I change this? All right. Let's do number 11 together in the middle. Read the instructions. What is this asking you to do? Angles. So I need to list 3 angles. And the order is what? Smallest to large. So I am going small to big. Be careful, because that changes in the middle. Alright. What is my smallest side? What's my smallest side? 30. 30 is my smallest side. What's across from 30? V goes first. What's the next one? 39. What's across from 39? W. And then what's the biggest? 42. Across from that is U. What questions can I answer? Turn your paper over, please. Real quick. I'm just going to do one more. Turn your paper over. Turn your paper over. Oh. I'll do 17 with you. 17. It's asking for the longest and the shortest side. How do I find the longest side? Look for the biggest. What's the biggest? 84. What is across from 84? Right here is that. Just underline it. NL. And again, 84 is with M, so M should not be your answer. What's the shortest or the smallest? 41 is my smallest. What is across from 41? MN. And they need to have a line above. They need to be capital letters. I'm going to give you 1 song, maybe 2, to do your worksheet up to number 21. Stop at 21, please. Go. Alright. Can everybody please pause what they are doing? Pause what you're doing. I need everybody's pencils down because do y'all agree what we've done so far is pretty basic and easy? Alright. I'm not saying this next part is hard. I'm just saying it's the hardest thing we're going to do today. Or it is the most missed thing we're going to do today. Not even that it's difficult, just it's often missed. Alright? So can you pick your heads up? I need you to look up at me. For this next question, it says identify the smallest side. What should I do first? Find all the angles, right? So if I need to find all the angles, what do I have? What is 48 plus 47? 95. Subtract that from 180, and what do I get? 85. So can everybody write an 85 right there? And then what is 95 plus 40? Subtract that from 180, and what do I get? 45. All right. Everybody look up. I asked you for the smallest side. If you do nothing but look at this picture, what would your guess the smallest side would be? Why WY? It's across from the 40, and the 40 is the smallest angle, right? That is not the answer. And I'm going to show you why in a second. But do you agree there are two different triangles in this picture? Okay? Just because somebody is the shortest person in this class, I'm just going to use Bella because you're right in front of me. If Bella is the shortest person in this class, does that mean she is the shortest person in the next class that she goes in? No. Even though she ranked smallest in here, the same thing applies here. We have to break these up. This is one triangle. This is another. Do y'all agree with that? And I'm going to have to find the shortest side for each of them. So, we're going to go small to big. And I'm going to order these from smallest to biggest. So looking at my green triangle, what is the smallest angle in my green triangle? No, my green one. 40. And across from that is WY. Do y'all agree with that? What is the next smallest angle? 45. What's across from 45? YZ. And again, if you were to switch the letters, that's fine. ZY, YZ. And then what's the biggest angle in my green triangle? 95. Across from that is WZ. Is everybody okay? This is just what I taught you, right? I didn't do anything new. Now I'm going to do the same thing for my orange triangle. What is the smallest angle in my orange triangle? And across from 47 is? What is the next smallest? 48. Across from that is? No. YW. And last but not least, the biggest is 85. Across from that, XW. Everybody agree I'm not doing anything new? What is the smallest side then? Which one? Is it WY or XY? They're both the smallest. How do I know which one's the winner? Why is XY the winner? Do y'all agree they share WY? So do you agree they both have a WY? And this is the same side no matter what? So if in this one it's the smallest, but in this one it's not the smallest, then what's going to be smaller than it? XY is the answer here. I want you to write all of that down. We're going to do number 23 to make sure you get this. If on your test or your homework or any situation you want to get highlighters out or get markers from my back, you are more than welcome to use that. All right? Can I change this? Okay, 23 on your worksheet. Let's look at 23. What are my missing angles? So 102 and 53 is 155. Subtract from 180. 25. So that's 25 degrees. Okay, ooh. And that's going to be, I'm going to make that one the green one. My orange one, I only have one angle. How do I find the others?
180 minus.
Yeah, do you agree those are a linear pair right next to each other? So 180 minus 102 is 78. And then how do I find this one right here? 78 plus 32 is 110? 110 minus 180 is 70. Okay. And what are the instructions asking for? The shortest. So I'm going to go small to big. You're writing this down with me. I'm giving you homework answers. Let's do I have an orange in my hand, so I'm going to do the orange first. What is my smallest angle on the orange triangle? No, smallest. 32 across from that is HS. Then what? 70 across from that is, I had written it doesn't matter. VH, HV, same thing. And then the biggest is 78, which is VS. What questions do I have so far? I'm just ordering the orange one. Now order the green one. What is my smallest? 25. Across from that is VH or HV. Then it's 53 goes with JH. And last, JV. Go Falcons. What side do they share? HV, VH. So I'm going to circle that. HV and VH is right there. Those are the same. So what is my smallest? HS is my answer because it is smaller than that one. All right. You have about 12 minutes. If you can please glue this onto page, what page are we on? 27. I'm gonna have to 11 minutes. We're going to glue this onto page 27. And then you can finish your homework and turn it in. And you're done for the day. Say that again?
Do we have a show wall?
So here's my answer on that last one, those last four. Here's my answer to that. If you show work and get it wrong, you can get partial credit. If you show no work and get it wrong, I count everything off. So it's up to you. But if it says, like on that first part, justify your answer, you have to show work.